What up, Barb Gang? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some more Barbarian Diablo Immortal content. This is going to be the third installment of the Legendary Gems tier list. Again, just to recap, I'm taking a look at these based on if I were to start a brand new account today as a brand new Barb, either free to play or just a Battle Pass Andy account. We're going to hop right into it, guys. But before we do, I want to say thank you for all the support. You guys are amazing. As always, if you like the videos that I'm doing around here and you want to support the channel, hit that subscription button. It is free, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload and you can watch the videos. And yeah, let's hop right into it, guys. We're going to start off right here with Phoenix Ashes. We have the boys, we put that as an A tier. And just to recap the tiers, we have S at the top, A, B is the middle of the road, C, and then F. We have Barbarian as A tier. I think A tier for Barbarian is pretty decent. If you don't want to run your Undying Rage, Phoenix Ashes comes in really clutch. If you run Undying Rage, you're probably gonna put Phoenix Ashes a lot lower. Phoenix Ashes is one of the first gems that I got on my account, so I actually have it and I put a little bit into it before I knew what I was doing. And at that point, I'm pretty much, you know, I'm pot locked to it, so it's on my account. It's giving me, you know, it's giving me resonance and everything like that. But it's definitely one that you can invest in and not feel bad about it. Next up, we have Chip of the Stoneflesh. We're going to apply a curse upon causing a loss of control that explodes for damage every 20 seconds. And then when we get it to rank 3, it's going to increase our damage that we do to those afflicted enemies. We have that listed as a C tier for Barbarians. I'm actually going to put that up to a B tier, middle of the road. I've been playing with the Chip of the Stoneflesh on my account for quite a while. And I actually really like it. Because we don't do a lot of full loss of controls, but we do have a couple skills that will do a stun. And when we do a stun, you know, that's when we actually get to go ahead and take advantage of that loss of control and getting the explosions. So I do like it as a B tier. It's middle of the road. I would say if you pull it, it's, you know, based on what you already have on your account, you may want to go ahead and you know, put a little bit of investment into it. Otherwise, you know, flip it and get platinum if you can. Next up, Howlers Call, we have as an A tier for Barbarians. Primary attacks have a chance to summon the charging wolf up to every 20 seconds. The wolf has a chance to stun those enemies, which is really great. It works if you have a Chip of the Stoneflesh. Howlers Call is one that is really good. I put it on my account just looking for resonance because at the time it was pretty cheap to buy in the marketplace. So it was one of those ones where I was like, well, I need resonance to get better in certain aspects of the game. So I went with Howlers Call, and then I pulled a Chip of the Stoneflesh afterwards. And those two gems really work in tandem because that wolf that comes out does a lot of damage, and it also gives a stun, which with Chip of the Stoneflesh, you know, we get a little bit more damage out of as well. So they work really, really well in tandem, but they also work one-on-one. I prefer Howlers Call over Chip of the Stoneflesh. And if I was starting an account today and I pulled a Howlers Call today, 100% I would be investing in it right away. Seeping Bile. Our attacks now have a chance to poison enemies that spreads on their death. So we poison one enemy, and when they die, it basically gets transferred to everybody around them. The poison also decreases their movement speeds, and we basically have it S across the board. Yeah, Seeping Bile, if you get that, especially if you get it early on and you have the gem power to invest in it, it's going to be one that's going to be really good for a Barbarian account. I have no problems with that. Blessing of the Worthy, we have as an S tier listed at Barb. The way it works, chance to deal AoE damage upon taking damage, and then it decreases damage taken after we do that AoE damage. Yeah, especially for like challenge rifts where we're getting mobbed around us a lot and we're taking a lot of damage in those situations. Blessing of the Worthy, when it hits, it can hit really hard. They have made a verbiage change where it's that damage is based on one section it says based on your maximum life, and then on once you like rank it up, it changes and it says based on your current life. So take that how you will. I still think either way it's a very good gem. I would say S tier. If you pull that one early, it's definitely one that you can go ahead and invest in on your account if you have the gem power to invest in it. From a free-to-play standpoint, you're probably not investing a lot in any of these gems. You might be able to just kind of pick one and then go for that. But yeah, it's one that's definitely worth investing in if you have it. Blood-Soaked Jade, S tier across the board. You gotta love the Blood-Soaked Jade, right? Increases all your damage based on your current life pool and increases your movement speed. Decreases the damage you take while you're low on life. So as your health gets low, you're going to take less damage. It means you're going to live longer. You're going to do more damage. I mean, we're going to do more damage. S tier for Blood-Soaked Jade across the board. I agree with that one 100%. If that's the only one, if that's the only 5-star gem you have invested in, it's a dang good one. Echoing Shade is one that I have experience with. We have it listed as B tier right in the middle of the road. I think that's a fair assessment for it. I was able to, get it in a lucky pull, thinking maybe those shades were going to help me with boss damage, spawn them and hopefully they would, come in. They do only do base attacks. It wasn't worth using. It turned into gem power for me, but middle of the road, if it's the only gem that you pull, if it's the only 5-star gem that you pull and you don't, and it's say a bound gem and you can't flip it for platinum, it is something that maybe go ahead and put it on your account, put it in your kit until further notice, until you are able to pull something better and then use it as gem power for you. Because it does summon basically echoes. It puts, shadow clones of yourself out there. And they do attack with base attacks. If they attacked with whatever attacks you're using, I would put this a lot higher, but because it is base attacks, I can't really, say go ahead and use it. Next up is the Frozen Heart. I have not pulled this one yet myself. Grants a shield that chills enemy and absorbs damage, and then your attacks also have a chance to chill off of that as well. We have that listed as A tier. I think that's a pretty good representation currently until I have a chance to really play with it. I think A tier is a fair assessment because it's basically giving you a shield that's going to absorb your damage, kind of like a Mountebank's Bravado, like a Mountebank's set where you get that shield based on your HP. But this is going to grant you a shield based on that, and then turns into all of your attacks having a chance to chill. Chill is different than full on freeze. We know that with our North Wind main hand in our Whirlwind skill as a barbarian. It's not going to be instantaneous freeze, but a chill does help in PvP situations specifically. So I think this one could be really good in that PvP setting. And then, if you have enough of them and you're able to, if you are able to invest in it for open world farming and challenge rifts and stuff like that, I think it could be really clutch in challenge rifts and things like that. So I think it's one that you can definitely invest in and not feel too bad about. Next up, we have Bottled Hope, which is going to grant us a buff that increases target's damage and movement speed up to every 20 seconds, and then decrease on your cooldown skills. So you're actually going to decrease the cooldown of your skills, which is incredible. And as you can see, it's either A or S tier across the board, across all classes, because you really not even so much granting the buff that's increasing your damage and your movement speed. It's really that rank 3. So I would say if you cannot invest in this to at least get it to rank 3 and get that cooldown reduction, I would say that that would solidly drop this, like say on Barb, we would go down to a B if you cannot, if you're only going to have it at rank 1. If you're able to get it to rank 2 and rank, I'm sorry, if you're able to get it to rank 3, then absolutely I agree with A across the board. Depending on what you're doing in your account, you may value this at an S tier, but I think for overall, if I was starting an account today, I think A tier for the Bottled Hope is a really good spot for that. And last but not least, we have Swensons Haunting, which is upon a kill, we're going to summon a dark beast that does an AoE attack. And then when you have it up to rank 3, it's going to give you an extra chance to proc the effect. We have that listed currently as a B tier. I really like Swensons Haunting for the Barbarian, especially for overworld farming and challenge rift builds. Because we are, as a Barb, I do a lot of solo farming. And when I do a lot of solo farming, I'm not doing the tag and move style farming. I actually kill everything as I go. And because I kill everything as I go, I have a lot of chances to summon that dark beast. It's basically just like a purple lightning bolt that comes down and does AoE damage. I love Swensons Haunting for this. It's also one of the cheaper ones typically in your marketplace to buy duplicates of to help get you up to rank 3 and beyond. And with that, it's one of the ones that you can actually equip for, just to kind of bump your resonance if you can. So if I was, starting an account today as a free-to-play or a Battle Pass Andy account, Swensons Haunting would probably be one of the highest on my list. Blood-Soaked Jade would definitely be high on my list. Seeping Bile, and then after that, I would say probably Howlers Call would be the next one. I think those 4 gems are probably like the cream of the crop, even though Blessing of the Worthy, I do say is an S tier type gem. I think Swensons Haunting, because we're going to get additional just raw damage out of it, is one that is really good as well. So Swensons, Blood Soaked, Seeping Bile, Howler's Call, and then honorable mention we'll give to Blessing of the Worthy on the 5-star gems. Honestly, the 5-star gems, based on resonance, you can invest in whatever you want to try to bump your resonance up, and that's going to help a lot. But when you can actually get those beneficial skills for your class on top of that, I think it takes them to a whole different level. Hope this stuff, hope me going over these gems helps you guys making your decisions and everything like that. If you guys disagree, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, you like the content, go ahead and hit the like button. It is free. And hit the sub button, support the channel. We're trying to get monetized on the account and have some kind of a celebration once we get there. I'm JKG Brandon, y'all. Peace.